Hi, I'm Mark Morris, and joining me today on our new podcast, Along the Rock, a couple of men who call home base my brother Daryl's. And I understand you guys have kind of an unusual is one word for it, golf tournament coming up. Go ahead. Christy first.
We have the YSJ Jackass golf outing, otherwise known as the YSJ Classic, third year running it. So we do some interesting things while people get inebriated and have some fun out there. So, but it's all for fun and all for good cause. So basically what it comes down to is we fundraise for the Justice Mile. It's a local charity here in town that everything that they get donated to them goes on to St. Jude's. So
The St. Jude's?
The St. Jude's.
And Thomas founded in way back in the, I guess, the 50s.
I believe so.
Yeah. Wow. How long has this been going on? This contribution here?
3 years now. We started Brother Daryl's 3 years ago, and we were doing our Facebook Lives called Drinks with Daryl's, and had one too many drinks and decided that it was a great idea to start a golf outing. But we always knew that we wanted to do it as a donating charity style. And the one charity that we both agreed on almost immediately was St. Jude's. It's one of the very few charity organizations that you never hear of anything on the back end of anything going wrong or anything like that. It's always been for the children, and so it's something that we really appreciate. So.
Yeah, I don't know how they manage, but they've been doing it for many years, and you don't have to pay for anything.
Right.
There's no, you don't get any bills. Isn't that nice?
Yes. So, but our first year we knew we were going to do St. Jude. We got a local gentleman that we've known for quite a while to become our local jackass. And he was telling us about the Justice Mile. He knew the Gordon family, Dan Gordon over American Family, and they had started up Justice Mile. How many years ago now?
It's been quite a while. At least 11. We just celebrated. They had 21st birthday for her. She's been gone, I believe, for 11 years. So this is
Dan and Lisa Gordon's daughter.
Yeah.
They went through St. Jude for doing everything, so they made sure that when they did their charity, that they went through they were doing everything back to St. Jude. So you probably heard Justice Miles walk that's happened over at the Rockwell's High School. They always did a walk-a-thon. They've done things around the town. They just recently did a music?
Yeah, it's something just what the other
Music bingos.
Yeah, music bingo.
Yeah, music bingo over at Martinez. Martinez has helped them out a ton the last couple of years as well. So they've been raising money for quite a while. So once we got in with those guys, it was pretty easy. We met with Dan the day of the tournament, and I mean, as soon as we met him, and then we met his wife and his other two sons, and we really kicked it off really well with those guys, very, very easily. So they've been a very close-knit organization and family that we got to know and become really good friends with. So.
Either of you gentlemen golfers?
Both.
Attempted golf. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What is your handicap, sir?
My entire game. So, it's not for some days.
It really came off. This event came out around so we could just take a day off and go golfing.
I don't get to dress nice on Sundays anymore, so this is my day.
And everybody just watches you. He never goes over.
No, not cheating, right?
So where do you play this?
So we do over at Lost Nation Golf Course.
Okay.
We've done all 3 years there. This year we got to have a little more fun with it. For the fact that Lost Nation was sold within the last year to a guy named Dan Whalen. And on his very first year of dealing with 110 drunken idiots, Dan got to play with us. So Dan and Tony were partners.
Yeah, we're now my partner Dale, which I hope he sees this and has to live with this. So yeah, we ended up. I was like, let's get this guy involved so we can see what we're doing, because it's I believe their biggest event of the year
by double.
And yeah, we're working on making it bigger next year. So it was a good time getting to meet him and his brother and get out there and just really get to know him and be a part of this. So it's really neat.
Sure. Okay. Well, can you give me some sense of this being year 3, how you did the first 2 years, and how do you expect to do, or how do you predict will go fundraising like this year?
So this year has already happened. It'll be next year, our 4th year. It's real simple. The only way we get this done is by our volunteers. So every year we've had anywhere between, I think, 12 to 24 volunteers that would happen each year. And without those volunteers, there's no way this happens. These are people that just, for the most part, we've known most of them. They know how much fun we can have anyways.
Yeah.
And they love doing, charity work. They knew it was for a charity foundation, so they came out. But if they don't help us out, then we don't get to play golf. So
No, we gotta work. And we don't. Yeah, that's not how it sets up. So.
we're all about giving away money for charity. We also want to play. So
Yeah.
So it's a huge shout out to our volunteers. The Gordon's families have always been there. My mom, his fiance, Terry Crawford is a huge one. In fact, she's got a golf tournament coming up August 3rd.
Yeah,
August 3rd over at Deer Valley. She's doing that one for Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, she's a wish granter, so
Yeah.
she's been our main volunteer throughout.
She does a ton of volunteering already, so we're like, hey, do you want to help us out? She's come through immensely, so we were very appreciative of those. But everyone that comes out, they come out and they usually man a hole. We have different holes that do different things, and so they kind of keep track of people going, and then Terry kind of keeps track of everybody else.
She's the head babysitter.
Yeah. Even for us.
Or maybe after a few holes, the warden is probably
It's not far from it.
so you said something before about the numbers. So how many of those are the so-called drunken idiots you refer to?
So this year, first year we had 88. Last year we had 108. This year we had 110. We had one more team. Usually it's a two-person team basketball event, and so we got to do a lot of fun things. And usually we make this golf course run out of beer. So we definitely have a good time with it.
Yes.
We have different events that happen throughout the course. Your typical long drive, close to pin, long putt, those are pretty much staples anytime you do a golf outing. We had a little more fun with it. We also introduced a charity hole. That one is, you basically bet on whether or not the person lands the green or not, and keeps the ball on the green on the par 3. Easy example is, I bet $5 on myself, I land the green, I win $15. If you lose, all that money goes to the charity. So that one's done pretty good. I want to say every year it's anywhere $150 to probably $300 that whole loan generates. So it's pretty good.
We get a lot of donations back as well.
Yeah. When we skip a couple holes, we get to hole 7, which is probably one of the favorite holes. If anyone watching, You Suck Jack is a pretty staple phrase from the movie Happy Gilmore. So on hole 7, you actually swing, you actually drive like Happy Gilmore with the holes, walk into it and hit it, and then at the greens, we bought a hockey stick putter that you have to putt it out as Happy Gilmore. Then we go on a couple more holes. We go to a par 3 where it's the hole-in-one hole for a car. This year was B&R Automotive. Yep, they sponsored that hole, so and then we work with Sterling Chevy for where the car comes from. If anyone were to hit a hole-in-one on that hole, they win a car. Then the very next one is the blindfold hole. You have to tee off from the tee box blindfolded. Usually there's been two different girls that have manned that station now, and they have some fun with it. They make sure that you're nice and dizzy and already don't know where you're going, and your partner winds you up, and you do your best to swing.
3 years accident free.
Wait, here's an extra beer.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then we go across. We do another long drive hole. That one's with the old wood, natural wood driver. Next one is the close to the pin. Then we have the longest putt, and then the final game on 17 is spin the wheel. And we have numbers on this wheel, and you spin it, and whatever number that lands on, that's the club you use from tee to green. So you land on a 9-iron for a par 4. That's, I think it's just over 300 yards. You got to use a 9-iron for the tee.
A few times.
Yeah.
You're not trees.
But at the end of the time, I've landed on the 4, and you can get out there pretty good with a 4-iron, but then you get close to it, and you're using a 4-iron. So, you can definitely do kind of back and forth on it. So, and then this entire time, while all the craziness is going on, the last 2 years, we've had 2 friends of ours that have done announcing, and we go Facebook Live during the entire thing. And they sit there for 7 hours on this Facebook Live and just basically ridicule and have fun with those golfers.
It's a roast. It's an all-day roast. Yeah. That comes up with the golf club. That's the nice part.
They are hilarious.
You would think that they rehearsed for the entire year. And some of the stuff that guys come up with, you just think to yourself, man, I'm like to be a fly on the wall in their house. You know what they're talking about at home, you know?
And watching you do a routine on stage.
It's pretty wild.
For 2 guys that don't golf.
No, they don't golf. They don't know anything about golf. But outside, it's entertaining. It's a riot. But the big one that we do that nobody else does.
So at the end of it.
At the end, we have a name drawn, and it's for $1 million, hole-in-one. And nobody's won it yet. Thank goodness. So,
we want someone to win this thing so bad.
That was not
our money.
No, and that was Dan Gordon who was able to sponsor that, and we were able to offer that. So that's, I'd yet to see one around here anywhere. Right. I just wouldn't want to be the guy out there taking that shot.
But you've got your crew. Volunteers, I guess, are most important. Of course, you can't do it without golfers. So is there any time left for people to get involved in any sense?
So we've decided that moving forward, this event will happen on the second Sunday of July every year. So that we don't necessarily have a date set, but it's something that you can remember, so that you already know. Luckily enough, we teamed up with Star Media, and they've built us a website that is basically live the entire time. You can set up and register right there on the website. You can register as a volunteer, you can register your team, or you can register as a sponsor. You can pay everything right then and there. You can select, as a sponsor, you can select which hole you want to do, or the different packages that you want to do. Volunteers, they let you know that every volunteer gets a t-shirt, so we ask for your name and number and t-shirt size. And then the golfers, they get a t-shirt as well, so you can get your 2-person on there, sizes on that, and then phone numbers, so we can get all of you when it's time to go. So. And then, of course, the golfers' team names, which I don't know if we can
can't say 90% that part, we're okay with that.
Yeah.
You guys.
They have fun with it.
Yeah.
We let them have it. And,
it's no holds barred when it comes down to, I'm going to awesome. I will admit that.
Those are fun.
All right. You guys sound like you have more and more fun each year. So.
Oh, yes.
And of course, with St. Jude being the recipient of most of this, I don't know how they do it, honestly. I don't know how many millions of dollars it takes them to operate. How many thousands, maybe into the millions on each day. So, congratulations on coming up with this. And Hope next year you'll,
Yeah, first year we did
1125.
3,000 last year, 35 this year, 3,500 total.
Yeah.
We want to break the 5.
Projecting, the way things are looking right now, we had the other 72 golfers, I believe. Or no, 36. We should be able to bring in
next
a lot more. I think the party afterwards being there at Lost Nation.
Yeah, next year's going to be a little bit different. Next year we're already in conversations about making it from a 2-person scramble to a 4-person team scramble. We want to get to the number of 144 golfers. So we're hoping next year we break the $5,000 mark for charity on that one. So
that's one of the most fun parts of it, is being able to take a picture with that big check and leave it over to them.
We had some good ones this year. We had prizes. We give out prizes. There's no money involved as far as the golfers getting, but the prizes that we give away. This year, last 2 years we did driver. This year we went with a hybrid. We always had like a golf bag, and then we gave away a $700 putter this year. So I mean,
that was provided by the guys at X Golf. Yeah. Sponsors. What else was it? Oh, that putter.
The putter, the hybrid. The hybrid was X Golf. Big putter was E4. The bag we donate. It just says the "You Suck Jackass" symbol right on it. And we have
we like to plaster anywhere we can.
But definitely, if anyone wants to look into it next year, we try to do 2 volunteers per hole. So we usually try to get at least 12 volunteers minimum is what we try to do. But you can go to our website at www.yousuckjackass.com. All one word. Somehow that was still available.
I'm not repeating that.
It is what it is. We do allow that if you do make a check or anything out to us, YSJ works just as well. The bank recognizes the YSJ, so you can do that as well. Because we got a couple banks that sponsor, so sometimes they put YSJ on there, so we understand.
Okay. Well, thanks to you guys for coming up, and appreciate it. And here's to success.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
You bet. Tony Walters and Schueler. And golf never ends around here. Some places have had some financial difficulties with their golf courses, but here it seems to be really going good. So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I've been talking to a couple of jackasses from Brother Daryl's, and strangely enough, they don't mind me calling them that. This has been Along the Rock, and hope to see you next time.